So, you want to be the biggest changer? It starts with making better food choices and changing your eating habits. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, approximately half of all adults in the United States have one or more preventable diet-related chronic diseases. According to the CDC, 1/3 of all adults in the United States are obese. Diet-related chronic diseases are life-changing and largely preventable. Contrary to popular belief, not all of these diseases are related to obesity, but if you're overweight, you do have a greater risk of developing some of them. So what are diet-related diseases? Let's go down through the list. Obesity is considered a disease. I don't want to dwell on it, but it does contribute to many other problems also that aren't listed on this slide, like musculoskeletal problems and skin disorders. Malnutrition can occur by not eating a well-balanced diet, whether you are overweight or not. A thin person who only eats a limited amount of food can be malnourished, just as an overweight person who only eats certain amounts of food or types of food can be malnourished. It used to be believed that iron deficiency anemia was a disease of vegetarians, but that's not true. Iron can be found in iron-fortified cereals, green leafy vegetables like spinach, peas, beans, and dried fruit, as well as red meats. Heart disease, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and type 2 diabetes are the more commonly known diseases, and risk of developing them can be reduced by controlling your weight and eating a healthy, balanced diet. Osteoporosis is thinning of your bones, and this can be avoided by doing weight-bearing exercise like walking or jogging and eating sufficient amounts of calcium. Dairy calcium is an excellent source that your body can use very easily. Constipation is common in people who do not eat enough fiber or drink enough fluids, and this can lead to diverticular disease, which is small pouches that form in the lining of the intestines. Some cancers like breast, colon, rectal, endometrial, esophageal, pancreatic, and kidney cancer have been linked to diet and weight. So what are the current recommendations for a healthy diet? The United States Department of Agriculture, as part of the Healthy People 2020 initiative, published the 2015 to 2020 Dietary Guidelines for Americans, and that recommends these 5 simple steps. Follow a healthy eating pattern throughout your life. Eat a variety of healthy foods that are rich in nutrients and monitor the amount you eat. Limit your intake of added sugars and saturated fats, as well as reduce your sodium intake. Shift to healthier food and beverage choices, and support and encourage healthy eating habits to friends and family also. So what exactly is a healthy eating habit? It isn't dieting, it's making better food choices for the rest of your life. Your body metabolizes and uses natural foods better than foods that are processed, meaning pre-cooked, preserved, or packaged. Eating from all the food groups provides you with the vitamins and minerals you need to stay healthy. For instance, if you don't eat or drink dairy, you may have a difficult time getting enough calcium and phosphorus to keep your bones strong. A good rule of thumb to remember is when you're grocery shopping, try to stay on the outside perimeter of the store and avoid the packaged products that are found on the shelves in the center of the stores. Try to make your vegetable serving almost double what your fruit servings are. Fruits are important, but they are high in natural sugar, which is better than processed sugar, but it's still a sugar. Fruits are important to get certain vitamins and minerals, but you really do need to limit your intake and avoid fruit products that have added sugars. So it seems confusing to some people, and you don't have to be a dietitian to make better choices. Sometimes it's as easy as just avoiding the fried or breaded foods and picking foods prepared closer to their natural state. Limit the calories you drink. Some drinks can contain more than 1,000 calories, which is almost half of what your daily intake should be. Calories that you drink don't fill you up or satisfy your hunger. Smoothies can replace a meal, but shouldn't be a beverage of choice. Try to drink more water and eat your calories instead of drinking them. You'll stay fuller longer and have less episodes of hunger. So here are some more good basic rules for fruits and vegetables. Try to eat them as close to their natural state as you can. When you cook vegetables, steam them. Steaming them can be as easy as putting a little bit of water in the bottom of a bowl with the vegetables and then microwave them for a few minutes. Avoid eating your vegetables in creamy soups, creamed or scalloped. Avoid adding a lot of salt and butter. Try using more natural herbs and seasonings. When using canned or frozen products, look for low sodium options. Avoid eating only a few fruits and vegetables or a limited variety. Try a large variety and try to eat some out of every color. Avoid adding extra sugar to smoothies and other drinks. And try not to dip fruits in caramel, chocolate, or dipping sauces. So let's talk for just a minute about carbohydrates. Carbohydrates have really gotten a bad rap, but are important in a balanced diet. The problem is we eat too many of them. Carbohydrates can be vegetables like turnips, carrots, squash, beets, corn, the more denser vegetables. You want to think salad vegetables. Broccoli, cauliflower, cucumbers, tomatoes, peppers, green leafy vegetables are better vegetable choices. Choose sweet potatoes over regular potatoes. They contain many more vitamins and minerals than regular potatoes do. Avoid fried potato dishes. Remember to bake, boil, or broil. Avoid deep frying or skillet frying any of your foods. That just adds more fat. Limit the condiments you use. You don't want to douse a lot of your vegetables in heavy fat dressings. Choose whole wheat products over white flour products. It takes your body longer to break them down, and they contain more vitamins and minerals. You will feel fuller longer. Choose brown rice and grains over white rice and risottos. Minimize your dietary fats. If a fat is solid at room temperature, it is bad for you. The better fats are those that are liquid at room temperature. Choose products with no trans fats and lower amounts of saturated fats. Changing your habits. Start with small changes that you repeat over and over and over again until they become routine to you. You don't have to change everything all at once, and it doesn't mean you can't occasionally have something that may not be the best choice, but make it the exception and not your routine. So what about proteins? You want to try to choose proteins that are lean. When you're choosing red meats, you want to make sure you have all visible fat trimmed from them. And try to choose some proteins that aren't meats, like seafood, eggs, poultry, beans, nuts, seeds, and soy products. Avoid anything that's pre-cooked or pre-packaged, like bologna, hot dogs, and lunch meats. Again, bake, broil, or boil. You can add a lot of flavor and seasonings without adding a lot of fat and salt. Here are a few resources if you would like to learn more about making better food choices. If you want a few extra points in the contest, take a picture of your healthy plate and post it on our Facebook page. Information from this presentation were obtained at these sites, and I thank you for your time and be healthy.